did, quite often go out. He said, let's, go out tonight. And there'd be all these sort of hairdressers in wonderful clothes, and they all look so happy, and they'd be dancing, drinking. Morrissey and I just sort of sat there like we're at a funeral.
I never talk to my neighbour, I'd rather not get involved.
I mean, we would follow people around, sort of like little lambs, sort of looking at them saying, oh, aren't they beautiful? And like, we were looking through a window at somebody. He'd say, do you think they're really happy? And I'd say, well, I think so. I hope so. And he'd say, well, can we ever be like that? Could I ever be like that? And of course not. No, he can never be happy. I don't think. I pray to God that one day he's happy, but, it's taking a long time coming.
I've never heard him say, I love you ever in a song, or I don't like you. He never has said anything positive. It's kind of, he hides behind other people's experiences all the time. But I think that's what he's trying to say about himself each time.
How do I write those songs? I write them in a very natural way, but in a very detached way also. But not to say that I simply sit down and guess. But it is very detached, which I think is also important, because not everybody has fantastically, endlessly romping private lives, as we know.
There is a sort of ambiguity. I mean, you're never quite sure who he's singing to or who he's singing about. I mean, the genders are all very, I think it's wonderful, just wonderfully vague. So therefore, whoever you are, whichever sex, I mean, you can almost listen to the songs and you can interpret them, to fit your life, give them, your meanings.
There's some very disturbing things going on in those lyrics. But from what I've gathered, I mean, Morrissey is very, very touchy about the whole male-female gender thing. He seems to think of view things as there is a third sex, which that appears to be his belief, and it certainly works. It really works. I think things like "Handsome Devil," which is a I mean, if the Rolling Stones had done that song, they would have never gotten away with a song like that. Never. I mean, if they'd have done that. Because it's, it's basic homoerotic imagery.
A boy in the bush, work two in the hand. I think I can help you get through your exam. Oh, you handsome devil. Oh, let me get my hands on your mammary glands, and let me get your head in the conjugal bed.
I wouldn't say that I sing from a staunchly male point of view. I think I have enough scope to really imagine how practically almost anybody would feel. And for me to sing in an exclusively male point of view is just very standard, really.
One doesn't have a particular sex when you sing. I mean, you've had so many lifetimes being a man or a woman or indifferent. I mean, so you can sing about all of those. But I would do it in the first person. He does it in the third.
Girlfriend in a coma, I know, it's serious.
We used to read obsessively. I mean, devouring book after book after book. I mean, it's a really essential ingredient in our lives. And most of the books we read were by women or about women, or somehow, a woman sort of popped up somewhere.
People like Sheila Delaney, I was and remain so very obsessed by. Oscar Wilde, a lot of feminist writers I was very interested in, because they seem to really, they seem to have the key on very modern situations as far as relationships were concerned. They seem to be, feminism, although one can talk about feminism and people can screw up their brow and say, and back off, I think really they had the key to many things which have unravelled themselves within recent years as very strong political topics. Not just feminism, but broader issues.
Now don't keep me waiting, I want a drink.
You've had enough.
Look, I'm not hanging about in this filthy hole.